Oh, you have no idea. I'm going to make some allegations at the end of the video. You're going to want to stick around. I'm also going to show you that I'm always right and my detractors are always wrong. Let me start here. What do I say quite often? I say it's all about oil. There you go. It's all about oil for Canada. Look at the amount of oil we trade compared to everything else we trade. Do you know how many times people tell me that oil's not that big of a deal in Canada? Oil's the biggest deal in Canada. If you are looking at anything regarding the economics of Canada and you're not looking at oil first, you're completely missing the story. Like this story that's been going around from Canada's detractors. Canada, the industrial implosion. Oh, really? Huh. Oil looks like a pretty big industry in Canada. Could it be that these two things are connected? Let's take a look. In 2000, Canada really took advantage of the oil sands because we learned how to separate the oil from the sand. And there you go. In 2000, industrial investment took off. It kept on going until 2008 when the oil prices collapsed because of the great financial collapse. And boom, investment fell. But then the oil prices recovered, and so did the investment in industry in Canada. Wow, that's a coincidence. Then there was a 2014 oil price collapse, a 2020 oil price collapse, and of course today. 2014 oil price collapse, 2020 oil price collapse, and today. Wow, that's really coincidental. It's really coincidental how this industrial implosion follows the investment in oil. Could it be that oil is a really big industry in Canada and they didn't need to make those investments? Tiff Macklem says that we should have diversified our economy 15 years ago. We should have diversified our economy 25 years ago. We put all our eggs in the basket of oil, and now, well, this is the result. But I find it funny how a certain group of people were sharing this chart without sharing the context of this chart. They're just like, look, Canada sucks. Look, you're an asshole. While I'm on that topic, Canada population growth rate near zero on immigration curbs. Oh, what? I thought immigration was the source of everyone's problem in Canada. I recall a certain content creator was saying that immigration was at zero and that was going to cause a problem for the future. Who was that? Who? Oh, that's right, it was me. And now the RBC says Canada faces peak aging as final boomers retire and population growth slows. Yeah, the last cohort of the baby boomers is at retirement age. 2.7 million people. Sure, a lot of these jobs can be absorbed by the people down at this end of the scale, but, you know, let's face it, these people are lining up for retirement as well. Who's going to take their jobs? AI will take a bunch of them, but we're also going to have to open up the immigration again. I know, your dear leader, Pepe Le Poilievre, keeps saying that immigration's a problem, we need to stop the immigration, but no, we don't. He's saying that because his dear leader to the south is telling him to say that. Speaking of dear leader to the south, I'm noticing some really interesting coinky-dinks. First off, you may hear people refer to a Reichstag moment. A month after the mustache man took over as leader of Germany, the Reichstag, Germany's parliament, it burned to the ground. They blamed the communists. This solidified their power. The US is looking for just such a moment. First up, the FBI is going after Donald Trump's political enemies, like John Bolton, who's been very critical of Donald Trump recently. Coincidentally, FBI says it found classified documents in John Bolton's DC office. Interesting. Justice Department weighing whether to charge former FBI Director James Comey. Interesting. What did he do wrong? He didn't like Donald Trump. That's all he did. And I don't believe this story for a second. Speaking of not believing a story, recently I was saying how I don't believe the story they're giving us about the Charlie Kirk shooting. And now, well, here's a big pile of lies from the Dallas shooting yesterday. If you don't know, some dude who was quote-unquote anti-ICE shot up an ICE facility, didn't hit any ICE agents. He hit 3 detainees. After, when the investigation started, Kash Patel took a photo of some bullets he had lying around and posted it to his Twitter. Do I need to explain how inappropriate this is? How inappropriate it is to share evidence during an active investigation? Why would he think that these people were anti-ICE though? Because someone took a Sharpie and wrote the words anti-ICE on a bullet. Are you starting to see the picture yet? If you're really upset about what happened with Charlie Kirk, you're looking in the wrong place. I'll help direct you to where you should be looking. Because, I mean, I know some people may not be seeing this, but don't you think that's a little obvious, especially in the wake of that text message that was super obvious, that also should not have been released to the public? You're not curious about all these things that are incredibly obvious lies? They're looking for a Reichstag moment. They're looking for an uprising so they can shut everything down. But there's only one thing people care about in the US right now. There's a lot of lying happening. That's all I gotta say. There's a lot of very obvious lying happening. And you gotta ask yourself,